If you've never seen a 60-year-old woman wearing two pairs of sunglasses at once, one prescription squeezed under these enormous, rhinestone-bedazzled aviators, standing on the sidewalk at 7:15 in the morning and screaming at someone's roof, well, then you've never lived in Oak Creek Estates. And you sure as hell haven't met Mrs. Higgins. Let me set the stage. I'm just standing in my driveway, still in my pajamas, holding this mug of coffee I haven't even tasted yet. It's Arizona, early morning, but already the sun is coming on like it's got something to prove, that blinding, vengeful kind of brightness that warns you it'll be 105 degrees before noon. So there's Mrs. Higgins, 3 inches over the property line, public sidewalk, naturally because she knows if she steps on my grass, I'll turn the sprinklers on. We've played this game before. She's pointing a perfectly manicured finger right at the top of my house, shrieking about, well, you're not going to believe it. The light off your roof is an assault, she's yelling. An assault. I just kind of blink at her, take a slow, dramatic sip of coffee, because you can't let her see you rattled. Good morning, Mrs. Higgins. Beautiful day for a tan. Are you yelling at the clouds? Or is this about me? She adjusts her sunglasses, both pairs, I kid you not, like some kind of mutant housefly, and snaps back. Don't you get smart with me, young man. It's those panels. Those hideous, industrial glass monstrosities you've plastered all over your roof. I tried to walk my poodle, Mittens, past your house, and I was nearly blinded. Blinded. It's like looking straight into the sun. Now, for context, Mittens, her so-called poodle, is really just a ball of lint with legs, and at this moment he's sniffing a fire hydrant, absolutely unbothered by the cosmic glare apparently pouring off my roof. I try to keep a straight face. Mrs. Higgins, those are high-efficiency, monocrystalline solar panels. They're made to absorb light, not reflect it. If they were reflecting, they'd be useless, and my electric bill wouldn't be zero. She stomps a foot. I don't care about your electric bill. I care about the aesthetic integrity of this neighborhood, and the retinas of pilots flying overhead. Do you want to crash a plane, Jack? Is that it? Is that worth a few pennies off your AC? We're 50 miles from the nearest airport. I say, almost too calm. If a pilot is navigating using my roof, we've got bigger problems than neighborhood compliance. She crosses her arms, glaring. Well, double glaring, I guess, given all the lenses. You'll be hearing from the board. This isn't over. And with that, she marches off, Mittens skittering behind. I watch her go. Then I look up at my roof, the panels sleek and black, flush with the shingles, beautiful. My pride and joy. $30,000, but it's the only thing keeping me from bankrupting myself with the power company every summer. I head inside, thinking that's it. Just another morning tantrum from the HOA president. Boy, was I wrong. 3 days later, the certified letter arrives. I'm out in the garage, halfway through cleaning my table saw, when Steve, the mailman, lumbers up the driveway. Steve's a good guy, shorts hiked up a little too high, but he always gives you the scoop if a package looks sketchy. Not today. Today, he's got a thick envelope, green certified mail sticker slapped on the front. Sorry, Jack, he mutters, holding it out. It's from the dark side. The HOA. I wipe my hands on my shirt. He nods. Same people sent one to the guy on Oak Lane. His trash can was visible from the moon. He looked like he was about to cry. I signed for it. And man, the envelope is heavy. Heavy with what feels like legal doom. I don't even open it until I'm inside, sitting at the kitchen table with my wife, Sarah. She's chopping peppers, steady rhythm, but I can tell she's listening. What is it? She asks, not looking up. Violation notice. I sigh, tearing the envelope open. Inside is not just a letter. No, it's a dossier. Grainy photos of my house from the street, from above, drone, maybe even a blurry shot of a bird flying near my roof. I start reading aloud. Dear homeowner, it has come to the attention of the Architectural Control Committee that you have installed unauthorized reflective surfaces on the southern exposure of your primary dwelling. These surfaces, identified as solar collection units, are in direct violation of Article 14, Section B, Subsection 2, Nuisance and Glare. I pause. That section is about floodlights in bedroom windows. Keep reading, Sarah says, pausing her chopping. The board has determined that the reflective index of your solar panels exceeds the community standard for matte finishes. Multiple complaints have been filed regarding blinding glare affecting pedestrians and vehicular traffic. Sarah snorts. Vehicular traffic? We're a cul-de-sac. The only traffic is Amazon and Mrs. Higgins trolling for violations. I keep going, feeling my blood pressure rise. The appearance of the panels disrupts the visual harmony of the neighborhood, creating an industrial eyesore that negatively impacts property values. You are hereby ordered to remove the non-compliant structures within 14 days. Failure to comply will result in a fine of $500 per day, retroactive to the date of installation. I do the math. That's 2 months' worth of fines, about $30,000. The price of the system all over again. They can't do that, Sarah says, knife down now. State law protects solar installs. You checked. I did, I say, pacing. The Solar Rights Act says HOAs can't ban solar. Unless they can claim it's a safety hazard or a nuisance. She's framing it as a safety hazard. Blinding glare. Sarah crunches a bell pepper slice, fire in her eyes. Fight it. Go to the meeting tonight. Bring the science. Embarrass her. Oh, I'll do more than that, I say, grabbing my keys. I'm going to bury her in physics. The HOA meeting is in the community center, a beige box with beige carpet and beige air. Smells like old coffee and lost hope. 20 people, mostly retirees looking for drama, a couple younger folks who look like they got tricked into showing up. Mrs. Higgins sits at the head of the table, flanked by Bob the treasurer, asleep with his eyes open, and Janice the secretary, furiously scribbling like she's auditioning for a cop show. When the floor opens, I stand up. No waiting. I walk straight up front, violation notice in one hand, spec sheet in the other. I'm here to appeal the violation on my roof, I announce. Mrs. Higgins smiles, a cold, lizardy smile. Ah, Jack, please be brief. We have more pressing issues, like the color of the playground mulch. Brief? I echo. Okay, you're lying. My panels don't glare. They're anti-reflective glass, less than 2% reflectivity. Wet asphalt is shinier. Here, I slap the spec sheet down. That's manufacturer data. My roof reflects less light than your Cadillac's windshield, Mrs. Higgins. Are you banning your own car? The crowd snickers. Mrs. Higgins does not. She doesn't even look at the data. That's all well and good in a lab, Jack, but this is real life. I have sworn affidavits from 3 neighbors about unbearable glare. 3 neighbors? I scan the room. Name them. They wish to remain anonymous. For their safety. You seem volatile. Volatile? I'm an accountant. Regardless, she waves a hand. The board has voted. The panels are a nuisance. They look like oily glass. The bylaws say all roofing must be dark, matte, and uniform. Remove them. You have 10 days. And don't think you can swap in another shiny roof. No glass, no reflective surfaces. We want it dark, matte, zero glare. I just stand there. The room goes silent. I look at Mrs. Higgins, smug, in polyester, loving every second. Bob is snoring. The neighbors look at their shoes. Let me get this straight, I say, voice flat. You want me to remove the panels? Yes, she says. Replace the roof? Correct. Just dark, matte, and non-reflective. I repeat it, dark, matte, non-reflective. Mrs. Higgins sighs. Pitch black if you want, as long as it doesn't glare. And in that moment, maybe you felt it too, some mental gears lock into place. It's the sound of malicious compliance kicking in. Okay, I say, picking up my paperwork. I'll take them down. She blinks, surprised. She want to fight. You will. Absolutely. I smile all teeth. You're right. The glare is the issue. I'll solve it. You'll get the darkest, mattest, most light-eating roof in Arizona. Not a ray of sunshine will bounce off it. Good. She huffs, moving on to the next HOA drama. I walk out to my truck, not even feeling the heat anymore. I don't look up roofers. I search for industrial thermal coatings. I look up high emissivity metals. I want the kind of roof they use to melt snow off warehouses in the Arctic. If I'm replacing my roof, I'm going nuclear. Next morning, I call in sick. I need a contractor, not some guy who slaps down asphalt. I want someone who works in metal. Someone who doesn't ask too many questions. I find him, Big Tony's Custom Metal and Roofing. Reviews say he's a genius, and maybe a little terrifying. I call. Yeah, this is Tony. His voice sounds like gravel in a blender. Tony, it's Jack. I need a standing C-metal roof. Black. Not just black, dead black. Matte. No reflectivity. Industrial grade. He's silent. You want the stuff they use on barns up north? For melting snow? Yes, I say. The kind that absorbs every photon. Tony laughs, deep and genuine. Buddy, you're in Arizona. You put that on, your attic's gonna be a sauna. That's the point, I say. He laughs harder. You want to cook him? No, Tony. I say, I want to comply with the bylaws. He arrives an hour later, a mountain of a man with a binder of swatches. We pick Midnight Matte, a black so dense it looks like a physics experiment. Zero gloss, granular finish. Tony warns me, that roof will hit 180 degrees easy. Radiates heat like a blast furnace. You sure? Legal? I ask. Totally. Fireproof. HOA can't say a word, as long as it's dark and matte. Perfect, I grin. The teardown starts Thursday. It's loud. Mrs. Higgins comes out, smug as ever, arms crossed. Finally seeing reason, she shouts. No more glare. I walk over. Yes, ma'am. Contractor starts tomorrow. Custom matte black metal. Dark as midnight. Just what you wanted. She wrinkles her nose. As long as it's not shiny. Trust me, I say. You won't see a thing in it. Absorbs everything. Friday afternoon, the roof's done. It's shockingly black, just a void. It doesn't shimmer. It sits there like a bad omen. Inside, Tony's crew double the attic insulation, so my AC holds steady. But outside, oh boy. Saturday, it's 102 degrees. By 10 a.m., I step out, and bam. The air around my house is shimmering. It's like standing next to an oven with the door open. Heat waves visible, pouring off my roof. Dave, my neighbor, walks his dog across the street. Hey Jack, house looks dark. Compliant. I call back. Is it hotter over there? Global warming, Dave. I wave. Mrs. Higgins doesn't come out until noon. She walks to her side yard. Her precious hydrangeas right by my fence. She gets 3 steps in, stops like she hit a force field, starts fanning herself. The water she sprays on the flowers turns to steam. Her plants wither. She flees indoors. Phase 1, complete. By Monday, Steve the mailman leaves a note. Jack, I'm not walking up your driveway. I felt my shoes melting. Mail stays at the curb. What the hell did you do? The casualties mount. Mrs. Higgins' side yard turns brown and crispy. Her hydrangeas are gone. The fence is warping. The temperature between our houses is easily 15 degrees hotter than the street. She storms over, red-faced, shouting, It's 110 degrees in my backyard. My flowers are dead. My chair's melted. What did you do? Just following your instructions, Mrs. Higgins. Dark, matte, non-reflective. Not a bit of glare. She glares. I'm calling the police. This is an assault. Go ahead. I'll be here, staying hydrated. She does. The squad car shows up. Officer Miller, sweating before he even gets out, squints at my house. Is there a fire? Nope, just a roof. Mrs. Higgins runs out, shrieking, Arrest him. My garden's a crematorium. Officer Miller studies my permit, the HOA letter, the dead flowers. He gets it. Ma'am, he's in full compliance. There's no crime here. Mrs. Higgins is apoplectic. I'm calling the fire department. Feel free. But if they charge you for a false alarm, don't call me. 20 minutes later, fire truck pulls in. Captain Rodriguez, thermal camera in hand, scans my roof. Holy Jack, your roof is at 185 degrees. You could fry an egg on that. Mrs. Higgins is hopeful. Is it a hazard? Nope. Metal doesn't burn. Just don't touch it, ma'am. The war seems over, but it isn't. Because now, the heat's not just on her, it's everyone. The asphalt in front of my house is so soft, the garbage truck leaves tire marks. Dave knocks on my door, sweaty and desperate. My AC is on the side facing you. It's sucking in hot air, can't keep up. My electric bill's going through the roof. And my siding's warping. My kids are sleeping in the basement. I wince. I'm sorry, Dave. But she demanded it. I know, he says, and so does everyone else. We're calling a meeting. That night, the HOA meeting room is sweltering. AC's busted poetic justice. Every neighbor is there, fanning themselves, glaring at Mrs. Higgins. Dave shouts, "Fix Jack's roof." Others chime in, "You ordered him to make it black. Now our stuff's melting." Mrs. Higgins tries to argue, but she's losing ground fast. She looks at me, defeated. "Jack, this can't go on." I stand, cool as a cucumber. "Here are my terms. I'll remove the roof. HOA pays for removal and new install. My choice of material. I reinstall my solar panels. HOA signs a permanent variance. No more complaints, ever. And you compensate neighbors for damages. Plus, Mrs. Higgins, you write an apology in the newsletter, admitting you were wrong." She looks around, sweaty, angry faces. "Fine. Just get that infernal black metal off the house." Tony comes back, laughing his way through removal and reinstallation. New roof, paid for by the HOA. The solar panels go back up, shining beautiful. Mrs. Higgins doesn't come out. 2 weeks later, a for sale sign appears in her yard. Word is she's moving to a condo where she doesn't have to look at any more solar panels. The cul-de-sac cools down. Dave's siding gets fixed on the HOA's dime. I sit on my porch, sipping a cold beer, watching the sunset gleam off my panels, casting a brilliant glare onto the for sale sign next door. I check my email, the HOA newsletter front page. Correction. Solar panels are permitted and encouraged. We apologize for the recent roofing dispute. And I smile. Sometimes you really do have to burn the village to save it. Or you just turn your house into a toaster until the village begs you to stop. Malicious compliance? Not just a hobby. Here, it's an art form. But let me ask you, where's the line? When rules get twisted, who's really to blame? The one enforcing them or the one following them to the letter? And if you've ever been the Jack or the Mrs. Higgins in your own neighborhood, I want to hear it. Tell me where you draw the line. What's fair? What's petty? What's just survival? Maybe it's just me, but sometimes karma comes wrapped in steel and sunburn.
Cảm ơn tất cả các bạn đã xem video.